channel, Melody Lee with 20 Curls and Pearls. Today's video is coming to you from my YouTube space. I've never filmed in here before, so this is going to be the first time for that. I'm super excited. I'm excited to bring you guys into my space so you can kind of see what it looks like, kind of see what I'm accustomed to. And I really hope you enjoy this video. This video is going to be primarily centered around adoption. I am adopted. I am very vocal about that. I'm very up forth and upfront about that. I take pride in the fact that I was adopted. I always say, you know, I wasn't neglected. I was selected. So it's something that, you know, is near and dear to my heart because it is a part of the makeup of who I am as a person. And it has definitely helped me grow and develop as a young woman in society, in my world. And it's definitely a story that I think should be shared. There are tons of adoptees around the world. There are tons of women that have given their children up for adoption. So this is just, you know, my story, my take on it, and I hope you enjoy. So there's not really a short way to tell this story. So I'm just going to go for it. And, you know, wherever I go, I hope that you guys are attentive to the things that I'm saying, and hopefully that it helps you out. Like, just because I'm adopted doesn't mean that my story isn't the same as someone else's. So there are a lot of similarities in the way that I grew up, and then people that weren't adopted, there's similarities in those as well. So hopefully this story helps. I was adopted at the age of 6 weeks old. My adoption process was completed on September 29th, 1992, right here. And I was born August 5th, 1992. So I was sought out after, very quickly after being born. Actually, my parents were seeking after me before I was even born. Me and my mom checked out some of my adoption stuff today. And that's really kind of what urged me to go ahead and do the video. I've always thought and always have been thinking about it, but it was just something that I've never done. So after looking on all those different things, I decided, you know, today was going to be the day that I did that. I'm saying a whole lot. Y'all forgive me. Like, this story is, whew. Okay, so as I said, I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Allegheny General Hospital, 10:38 p.m. to a 20-year-old woman. This woman was not sure how she was going to take care of me. I found out today, so you're getting raw emotion, raw feeling. I found out today that I do have a sister that is 2 years older than me. My birth mother was struggling with the fact of how she was going to take care of me, and she already had my sister, and her parents were doing a lot for her and my sister. So, you know, adding another baby into the mix just wasn't something that she wanted to do. So in the paperwork, it says that my mom felt that it was best for her to give me up for adoption so that I would be able to have a family, a mother and a father that was well off, a mother and father that could give me all the love and care that I needed. Not that she couldn't give me the love necessarily, but the care and the proper treatment that I needed. The whole time that she was pregnant, she stated that she didn't know she was pregnant. So she hadn't received any prenatal care or anything like that. But I was born a vaginal birth with no issues, no complications. I came out a healthy baby. I was 6 pounds, 10 ounces. So I was a very healthy baby. My mom carried me full term. I shouldn't say mom, I should say birth mother. And I'm going to explain to you why I say that. But my birth mother carried me full term, and here I am. So, it all began at Allegheny General Hospital, which is a small county inside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That is where I am originally from. I didn't spend a lot of time in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but that is where I'm from. That's on my birth certificate. That is where I was born. I've known from as long as I can remember. It wasn't something that my parents ever kept from me. I knew I was adopted. I knew I was adopted. I knew my parents loved me very, very much. And I knew that they adopted me because they wanted to give me the best life. They wanted children. They were unable to have children. My mom had a hysterectomy at a very, very young age. So she wasn't able to give my father children. My dad and my mom both came from huge families. And a child was just something that they longed for and that they wanted. I'm trying to get all my thoughts together. It's just something that I said I needed to get out. So the way I feel about my adoption, I never really struggled with a child. As a child, with being adopted, I was always okay about it. It was something that I knew. It was something that my parents never tried to hide from me. I was very, very aware that I was adopted, but I was also very, very aware that my parents loved me and they were my parents. They had me forever. So as far as I'm concerned, my mother and father will always be my mother and my father. I didn't really begin to struggle with things about adoption or things that I've went through because of adoption until I was about 21 years old. I went to the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and during that time, my college career, I was very, very active on campus. I was very active in my community, the Charlotte community per se. Growing up as a child, I was always active. I was in band. I twirled the baton. I had lots of friends. I was your average teenager, your average child. Me being adopted did not matter. I was your average child. So as I was saying, once I got to college, I was trying to find myself. I was trying to find who I am, what I loved. I had a successful freshman year, very, very successful. Had a roommate that I was friends with, and then we went to college. We kind of took different courses and different paths, but we still remain friends to this day. And then I began to share with people who would ask, that I was adopted, or people that also said they were adopted or had come from, a different kind of family background per se. So I began to share that. And I didn't really realize how much being adopted affected me until my relationships. That hit the nail on the head. Like, I see why I am the way that I am. My personality, just to give you some clarity, I'm very loving. I'm very straightforward. I'm very direct. But you can sense that I long for someone to kind of love me per se. Not that my parents didn't give me love, but I always seek to be loved, seek to be cared about, as a lot of young women do. So that wasn't something that was different, but I saw the way that I handled my relationships to be a little bit different than other people. And I'm still going through that as I speak. The way that I love, the way that I care about people being sought after. Being sought after is everything to me. And I'm beginning to see why. Fast forward anyway, I was with the same guy for 4 years. 4 years. We went to high school together. He was always a really good friend. And we started dating the summer after my freshman year. And quickly in that relationship, I began to see that I was one of the people that always had to take care of somebody. I didn't really invest more so. I would invest in myself, but in the back of my mind, it wouldn't be about me. It would be more so about what I can do to elevate him and lift him up. So I began to take away from myself and my college experience to ensure that he had a good experience. And he wasn't in school. He had a very good job. but he wasn't in school per se. So there were just certain things that I wouldn't do because I knew that he couldn't do it with me, or certain places I wouldn't go because I knew that he couldn't come or he wouldn't enjoy himself or fit in. So my college experience lacked in some areas, I will say, because I was more so focused on my relationship. This was the person I thought I was going to be with forever. I thought I would, build and have a family with this person. And I quickly saw that because of my adoption and things that I hadn't dealt with, I was trying to put all of that into my relationships. Yeah, I was trying to put all of that into my relationships. I currently see myself doing that, and I'm trying to find a balance and how to get rid of that. But aside from the point, I deal with some things. Some issues about, being, like I said, sought after, loved, neglected, not cared about, pushed to the side, and trying to overcompensate in order to have people that want to, surround themselves with me and want to walk this journey I'm walking in life. And I'm starting to realize that I have to be who I am. I can't let those things dictate to the person that I am and who I am. And I have to realize what I bring to the table. And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong. We don't realize what we bring to the table. We only look at the table and see what's on it. And when I say what's on it, I mean metaphorically our lives and what we've been through, not what we've accomplished and where we're going. And I think that's super, super important. I deal with being adopted in a different way than a lot of other people. I surround myself in school. I surround myself with people. And I just really have to sit down and think about the person that I am and the person that I want to be. And I have to see the person that my birth mother saw when she said, no, she deserves a better life. I have to take that time out and I have to realize who I am and what I offer to this world, because my story isn't supposed to be as wonderful as it is. And definitely by no means is my life perfect, because it's not. I have a lot of areas to grow in. I have a lot to do. I have a lot of work to finish. However, the obstacles that I was given, with the help of the Lord, I've overcome them. So I have to definitely see who she saw within me. I have to see who my parents saw within myself to understand how great I am and how valuable I am and how I don't need to search for those things. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Granted, we all want to be loved. We all want to be cared about. But that love, I shouldn't have to work. I shouldn't have to work as hard as I do to have somebody love me and care about me. It's kind of turned into like a relationship thing, and it shouldn't be completely, but I guess it all goes hand in hand per se.